Hello everybody and welcome to another passionate topic, Pokemon Black 2 and White. Why is this the best Pokemon game? Well, let's find out. So, some things I need to cover first. I have played pretty much all the Pokemon games that has been released since Gen 5. Not every version, but for the most part I did them all. So I played ORAS and I played X and Y. I have played Gen 5, all of them, and yeah. There's just no doubt in my mind that yes, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, whatever, those were fine, they were all good. I played Pokemon Blue way too many times when I was a kid and whatnot, younger. But this is the best Pokemon game that was ever made. And I want to talk specifically about endgame. So, what is endgame? Endgame is basically the thing you do after you've gotten all your badge leaks. And this game, Black 2 and White, is packed with it. So let's start with champions. I will only do this little clip quickly here, but I want to show off just how hard this truly is. So yeah, why is it being stupid? There we go. So yeah, I'm going into the Champions League now, which is the hardest league that you can get. And yeah, now I just need to quickly choose the Pokemons. So yeah, I can talk quickly about the Pokemons here while I pick them out. So this is the best team that I have come up with. I have way too many combinations and whatnot, but this is the best. So we got my Tyranitar as the special defense waller and set up for my Excadrill. Excadrill is the one-hit KO overpowered bullshit Pokemon that should have been, nerfed pretty much, or at least had the ability it has reduced. Then we have Bloppy, which is the best special defense and bulk tank in pretty much any generation ever, if you don't count legendaries. And then we have a legendary that's called Terrakion, which is basically a revenge killer. So these four Pokemons are amazing together. Yeah, I should be able to clear anything in this game if I'm using such a well-trained and perfected team that has everything. But yeah, let's see just how hard end game is in a Pokemon game. Yeah. Of course, I've done this before. I did it, at least 20 times, but I'm not gonna say that it's easy. So Alder is actually a Gen 5 trainer, so this is funny enough. You get to meet various trainers throughout the generation, so this time I'm just meeting a trainer from my own generation, which is all fine. He uses generation 5 and generation, maybe different generations like 1 or whatever. But yeah, as I can already see now that I have won pretty easily. But still I have to be careful with the next switching. So I am gonna be doing, let's see. I think I will pick, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think I'll just go with Crunch on the Chandelure just because it's gonna one-hit it. But I will get down to my Focus Sash on my Excadrill. So he pretty much just have to, yeah, I think I'll just have to go with a Rock Slide. That will not one-shot it, the Volcarona, but it will get close. But the problem is not these two. It's gonna be the switching, because Volcarona always has the weakened berry, so his damage is gonna be weakened. But yeah, so if Volcarona now focuses my Excadrill as well, so if my Volcarona also, if the Volcarona will also focus now on my Excadrill, I'm gonna die pretty horrifically, because I think the switch-ins are gonna be a problem if my Excadrill die. Yeah, see, this is the problem, a Conkeldurr. I had this Pokemon myself and it's just extremely wally and very strong. I can do perhaps super power on it, but that's about the limit, I'm afraid. So, but now you would see the amazing powers of Excadrill and Tyranitar together. So okay, yeah, see already there. So Mag Punch is an egg move, and the Pokemon trainer has an egg move. Already there you can see just how hard this tier is. A Pokemon trainer has an egg move. So an egg move is a ability or whatever move that normally doesn't you can't normally get it through leveling, but this trainer has it. It's such a great experience. And again, I'm playing dead seriously, and I'm not, playing with any way of a bad strategy. These are the best 4 Pokemons you can pretty much go with, at least in my world. So I need to go out, either revenge kill it or try to tank this one and then use Physic on it. Volcarona is no problem at all now. I will let the Volcarona stay alive. And yeah, I think that's about it for that. So, gonna have to see about this here now. I think I will do Ice Beam on the Conkeldurr, but that might be a stupid move, but I think I will do just that. Now the problem is that Conkeldurr now does Mag Punch, which again was the egg move it has. It normally can't get that through leveling. My Tyranitar is probably gonna die. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna start doing Coal Mine on this one, because I can easily tank everything on the field. That's the awesome thing about Rancorless. It's an amazing Pokemon for tanking. Okay, it did Bug Buzz. I forgot about that ability. Stupid me. Yeah, so I'm gonna die now. Boom, yeah. So you see that? Because I did one single mistake, switching out Rancorless instead of my Terrakion, I now have the chance of dying. Or I will die even. It's one mistake, and I'm serious about that. You do one mistake on this trainer here, and yeah, it's over, I just have to figure out the switching now. But yeah, I want to at least try this out now. Yeah, the switching is a little stupid sometimes. There you go. Yeah, you kind of have to know about that in double battles. But yeah, so a legendary Pokemon against 2 regular Pokemons. Surely I will at least get somewhere. So this is a Choice Scarfed one, which means that I will be locked into the move that I choose next, and I know that I'm gonna die from the Volcarona and Mag Punch together, so I pretty much only can do Earthquake. But yeah, again, if I had switched this one out instead of the Rancorless, maybe I would have made it. But yeah, now I'm gonna die pretty badly because that's Heimerarm, and yeah, that's just gonna kill me. Boom, one-shotted, legendary Pokemon dead. There's no words for this sort of gameplay here. It's intense, it's extremely hard, and of course I'm playing with pretty much perfect Pokemons. Okay, I don't have 6 IVs on them and all that stuff, but I have egg moves on them, I have decent enough IVs on them, I have perfect EVs, Smogon related builds. I have done everything for these Pokemons to be at a decent, competitive level. I haven't just, got them in game and, yeah, fucked around with them like that. I think I will end this rather long part now, and again, sorry for the quality. I tried to, this iPhone 5 is okay, but it's still, yeah. But, yeah, I think I will cut it here. Then we can move on
to a little better quality. So, I think 3 out of the 4 Pokemons that I just showed, 3 of them are all Gen 5. And how come I say that those are the 4 best Pokemons that I could find? Well, Gen 5 has so many great Pokemons that those are the 3 best. There's nothing more to say than that. Generation 5 has so many great Pokemons, and they fill up so many roles. Even in game they are very strong compared to other generations and later generations like X and Y, which had a new Pokédex on its own. So let's go through this real fast now. Victini, yeah, it's okay, but it's never really gotten the kind of hype that other legendaries got. Superior, this has coil, so it's a great booster Pokemon, you know, it's like Sword Dance. Ember, it just sucks, there's nothing more about it. Samurott is amazing starter. It's one of the best Pokemon water starters ever, if not the best one. You slot this on with 250%, 250 speed and attack EVs. Give it Mega Horn, I think it was Ice Beam and some other things. This Pokemon is gonna wreck with Waterfall and Sword Dance as well. This Pokemon is a powerhouse and it's so strong. It's not so strong that I would use it for late end game competitive, but it's still one of the strongest starter Pokemons ever. Oh, and did I mention that it has, you know, Ice Beam, Mega Horn, and Waterfall? So much coverage. Very, very great for in-game. Watchdog, great Pokemon for catching Pokemons, H&M, Slave, and all that stuff. Leopard sucks. You never got a good flying type in the game. The whole game was completely void of flying types that were ever useful. Stoutland is actually very great for in-game. It's pretty strong early on. I like that one. You can catch Lucario in the game, so yeah. I mean, it's a great enough Pokemon. It's not one of the best, but you can catch it in the game. Scolpedi, Bug and Poison might not seem like a lot, but it's actually very strong. It's pretty sweet, so yeah. Apparently you can get Electivire as well, which is decent enough choice, but I'd rather go with something like the Arcane. Gigalith, it's just a wall like an Onix or Steelix, whatever. It's not good at all. And now we come to the probably one of the two best Pokemons in the generation, Conkeldurr. This Pokemon is just so good. Look at that attack, 114 with 105 HP and 95 defense. This Pokemon is amazing in what's called the time slow, you know, where you use that ability where slow Pokemons move first. But for the most part, people use this one with two egg moves. So the egg moves are Mag Punch, which I showed off in the first video part there. You know, I talked about the opponent using Mag Punch, which you know it normally can't use. Yeah, I had to click up there. So egg moves. Drain Punch is the first move you really want to get the Conkeldurr on, and then the other one is Mag Punch. So again, the opponent that I just showed off was using a move that is not obtainable in-game without breathing. I fucking love that, and that is why the PWGM is just amazing. But yeah, this Pokemon here is hard to breed for because you really also do want the hidden ability, but you can go without the hidden ability and still be okay. It's just not gonna be a powerhouse on the stab abilities. So Excadrill, this was the most hyped Pokemon in Generation 1. There was so much talk about this one, and it was, you know, banned and all that good stuff. Loads of HP, so it has bulk, you know, it's not gonna instantly die on anything other than perhaps, you know, the hardest hitting fire moves attack or whatever. 135 attack. That means this one is gonna hit almost, well, I think 400 attack after, you know, boosts and whatnot. So 400 attack. And you can give it Sword Dance, which is gonna make it even more insane. And then we come down to here, 88 speed, and then you're gonna think, oh, but then it's totally crap. Yeah, if it wasn't for this ability that's called Sandrush. Sandrush doubles the ability bearing speed during a sandstorm. This, together with Pokemons like Hippowdon or the Tyranitar that I showed off, makes this one of the most overpowered Pokemons in the game. If you can get this one out on the field and avoid getting it two-shotted, you know, you're always gonna want to wear a Focus Sash in this Pokemon, then you can pretty much just win at life. Yeah, this Pokemon is ridiculously overpowered. And yeah, before we actually move on, ridiculously overpowered Pokemons can be gotten very early on in the game, easily. This one, Drillbur, you can catch this one at like level 20 or whatever. Whimsicott, very annoying Pokemon for setups and whatnot. Lilligant, total bomber, it's never any good. Mashana, that's a wall that has Moonlight to heal itself. It's decent enough, but it's not, a great wall, but it's still okay. Crocodile, bit of a disappointment, but still a very great typing for ground and dark, so it's gonna hit a lot of targets very well. And then we come to Darmitian. This Pokemon, it's horrific in game. It's never gonna work in game. It's just not worth it. It's okay for in game, but it's more end game Pokemon. And I need to talk quickly about Shear Force. So Shear Force increases the power of the moves that have beneficial secondary effects by 30% per move, those additional effects. So what are beneficial effects and all that crap? Flare Blitz, oh yeah. So basically you get plus 30 power to 120 plus stab, so that's and plus life orb or choice band, so you can go above 200% power on Flare Blitz, and it's not gonna take any damage from recoil. Such an insane move that's pretty much gonna one-shot even the hardest, maybe not tanks that can resist fire damage or anything, but yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And then it even has stuff like hammer arm or better fighting abilities that actually makes it able to do some coverage. This Pokemon is absolutely insane, and again, it can be gotten early on, early as hell. It's one of the earliest Pokemons you're gonna find. Garbour sucks. Bravia, Mandiboss. Bravia was actually okay. If you had to choose a flying typing game, it's okay. It has a lot of attack, but its speed is very low, and its HP and bulk is not that good. But it does love Brain Bird, so yeah, this Pokemon is just gonna be spamming Brain Bird, and that's pretty much it. It can learn stuff to give it coverage, like fighting moves or whatever, but yeah, it's a Brain Bird machine, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, no good flying types in this generation, I will give you that. Sigilyph, it's such a weird Pokemon. It's only for in-game. You're gonna use this one together with I can't remember what it's called, but the Flame Orb, stuff like that. It's a very competitive Pokemon. It's not really that great in game. You can also see the stats are not very good at all. So it's even below the Bravia that I just showed, so it's not very strong, but it's very fun for competitiveness, which again it just shows that even a weird, not that good Pokemon is actually very good later on in the end game. Yeah, you can get Flugion in the game, why not? Caracosta is a shell smasher, so this is like Cloyster. Cloyster, everyone knows about that one. It uses shell smash and it's overpowered. Artichokes, this should have been the the best flying type in any generation, maybe except for Staraptor, but due to defeatist ability, it's not very good at all. I would just use this one with choice band and then just hope that I can avoid taking any damage at all, because if you do take damage on this Pokemon, it's gonna die, or at least get so low that its ability defeatist is gonna be procced, which makes it useless. Klinklang, this is actually a great Pokemon. Also a Pokemon that again that got begotten early on. 90 speed, 85 special defense, 115 defense. So it got the speed and the defense. Then the attack is a little too low. It's not that high, but it's still passable. It can learn stuff like what's it called? Yeah, shift gear. Shift gear raises the user attack speed 1 stage and speeds by 2 stages. That's amazing. You use this 1 or 2 times and it can just clear the whole field. So this is like, the Pokemon I mentioned before, that's the setup. What is one? Yeah, I think I talked about. Yeah, I can't find it. Well, yeah, I was talking about other Pokemons being able to use Sword Dance and set up. This is just like this one. You set this one up and it's gonna clear the field on anything. Gothelicia, sucky. And then Rionculus. I actually want to think I actually want to talk a little bit about just how crazy this Pokemon was. So gonna go into Smoking just real fast now. Trick Room, Sig Cake, Physics Off. Look at this offensive Trick Room. It's just so good for that Trick Room user. If you're gonna be running Trick Room, you pretty much have to have this one on your team. But the build that I used for the in-game purpose of the first part was Calm Mind, Recover, Physic, and Focus Blast. And then this little first text, I always love to, When Rankless was first introduced, this set was considered to be nearly unbreakable due to its demolition of stall teams and large bulk with no boost. The Pokemon that is made to be considered this amazing when it was released, even later on, completely insane Pokemon, especially due to the magic guard ability and whatnot. It's so great, and it has so much bulk, and it's even offensive. So you set up Calm Minds and you keep healing yourself to recover, then you do Physic. If you have enough Calm Minds, after 2 or 3 it's gonna one-shot most things, and then you use Focus Blast for coverage, just because why not have that as a decent ability. But yeah, amazing Pokemon. And again, this one can also be gotten somewhat early on in the game. You're not gonna wait a long time to get Solosis. Here of course you can get that one in the game, why not? Good Pokemon. Escavalia is so good. They're not that great and they require trading. It's a bit messy for in game, I suppose, but still they're decent options, but I don't really like either of them that much. Sourcebug is pretty average. It's not that great, but if you're running a Sun team, you're boosting your team with Sun, this is actually a decent enough sweeper. You can get Progress, Aggron in the game, why not? You can get Volcona, obviously. Volcona, great Pokemon. It's fun with Quiver Dance and all that stuff, very strong. Then Ferrothorn, one of the best stall Pokemons ever made. This Pokemon has so much hype about it, kinda like Rankless. The only problem is that it's sort of predictable. You wanna just switch a fire type out and make its life horrible. Electros, decent in-game Pokemon. It has a lot of coverage and it can do a lot of things, but it's not very good. Let's see, Jellicent, another great stall Pokemon, just like Ferrothorn. I use this one so much. It's an amazing Pokemon if you know how to use it. Hexaros, everyone talked about Hexstat, but honestly this Pokemon is not that great. It's frail and it's not that fast, and the only team it can run is a setup team, so you have to either commit to Choice Band and risk of being outspeeded because it only has 97 speed, or you go with Dragon Dance and then hope that you can switch in and do one Dragon Dance and then sweep the floor with Outrage. But yeah, it's an okay Pokemon, but I don't understand why it got so much hype. Chandelier, this is a fun Pokemon. It's gonna die from pretty much anything. It has nothing to it, It can't do much good at all, except maybe after 1 or 2 Calm Minds it can survive pretty well on special attacks. But look at this special attack, 145. And again, this one can also be gotten pretty early on. You just have to find the Dusk Stone later on. And then you just have to use stuff like Heat Wave or Shadow Ball. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun in game for having a Pokemon that hits this hard. Beartic is actually very strong, and again, it can be gotten somewhat early on. It's not one of the latest batches you're gonna find Cubchoo. It's pretty strong Pokemon. Let's move on here. Skarmory, you can get that one. It's a great lead, very great lead. Let's see what else. There's not much here. Tangrowth can be sort of okay. I mean, Sharo is such a great Pokemon, and again, this is a Generation 5 fighting type. There's a lot of fighting types in Generation 5. And it has the Regenerator ability, and you're gonna use it to switch out and out on the field all the time. Just very good. And yeah, you can get Gliscor, great Pokemon. I'm gonna move on. But again, yeah, this is a great Pokemon for Sandstorm teams and all that stuff. Bisharp, Sucker Punch spam, but I don't really like this one. But it's a great Gen 5 team, fighting type. Cobalion, Rearson, they are okay, but they're nothing compared to Terrakion. This is one of the best revenge, Pokemons in the game. High speed, high attack, okay bulk to survive. You do Choice Scarf on this one, and you can switch it in on anything and feel safe. This Pokemon is amazing for clearing out that nasty Pokemon you really just want to get rid of fast. You can get Starmie, which is actually a pretty decent Pokemon. Seismitoad as well. Let's see, yeah, you can get Metagross. Metagross, why not? That's a very great Pokemon. It has, the bulk and the defense, kind of like Conkeldurr. Bouffalant is actually a very good Pokemon. It's another Gen 5. Wild charge and stuff like that is just gonna make this very good. I wouldn't say it's as good as the original, the Taurus from Gen 1, but it's still good. Dragon, such a disappointment, not very good. Golok is actually okay. It has a very good typing, ground and ghost. And then we come to Hydreigon. For most people who played this Gen 5, they were pretty much just focused on this legendary, well, pseudo legendary, but I don't really like it. It's slow, it has an okay typing, but not that great bulk for a pseudo legendary. And then, yeah, it's pretty limited. You have to use Dark Pulse and then go with, I can't remember what it's called, Dracometer. Or you can also go with Dragon Pulse. So that you only have 2 moves, that's about it. And yeah, Fire Blast, it cannot Fire Blast and whatnot, but it's just a little too slow. But at least it has decent enough typing, and I suppose Levitate is pretty good as well. Or I don't know if it is a great ability, Levitate, but yeah. You can get Slacking, why not? And then we come to Tyranitar. Oh yeah, I love this Pokemon. I don't care for going physical, on this one. It's a great physical water as well. You can go Crunch and Stone Edge on it and be fine. But what it really shines in is having Ice Beam, Fire Blast, those sort of moves together with special defense. Cause against Sandstream boosts its special defense on the Pokemon itself. So it's gonna have, well, in this case this would be like, I don't know, 115 special defense all the time. It's not 100, it's 115. Plus it gives Sandstream, which obviously helps a lot for the Excadrill and other Sandstorm Pokemons. But yeah, it's so ridiculously good. I just went through the entire Pokédex now. All the Pokemon that you can get in Black and White 2 right now if you play the game, and you don't have to do anything for it. You just have to play the game and beat the game, and you can get all these great Pokemons and make the perfect teams to try and defeat the surprisingly hard end game. And even the PWT is not even the whole aspect of the hardest end game. We also have the World Tree from the Gen 5, the first games, but the World Tree is still good. And then we have high level Pokemon trainers with Pokemons as high as level 80. So you can level very easily. The leveling is fast in this game. And all that good stuff. I mean, it's just, yeah, this generation is the best one. And I'm not even gonna, sugarcoat it. X and Y and ORAS, they all sucked. I mean, they're okay. 40 hours of fun. Good value for your money. Definitely. But as soon as you have completed the Pokemon League and then maybe played 5-10 hours more, then you're bored of the game and there's nothing left. And that's it. You throw it away, and 50 hours later you can't even consider opening the game and playing it again, because there's nothing in the game to make you wanna progress. Whereas PWT, you're never gonna complete the PWT without really getting into breeding and all the stuff that people usually do to play online against other people. Also want to talk a little about some other options for the Generation 5. Dragonite, very great tank for multi-scale and yeah, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it has some sort of healing ability. Insanity Pokemon. Salamence, very great Pokemon as well. Skyzer, very good as well, very great. Staraptor, the best flying type ever made. There's nothing that comes close to this one. It has 100 speed, which makes it passable for Choice Band. Of course, it's gonna be outspeeded by the highest speed tier Pokemons, but it's enough to make it good. And then 120 attack. That's amazing. Together with Recklessness. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was Recklessness. Yeah, together with Recklessness, this one is gonna power through most things with Brave Bird. But yeah, great flying type. Gyarados Gene 1, it's just very good with either Moxie or Intimidate, whatever. It can even tank, it does so many great things, very great coverage, water and flying, that's so good. Cloyster, Shell Smash with Icicle Crash or whatever, it's a lot of fun, great Pokemon. Obviously, if you don't like setting up a Pokemon with Shell Smash, this is sucky. Hippowdon, another Sandstream Pokemon that has so much other things that Tyranitar don't. Consider this one, very great. Jolteon, super fast Pokemon. Just, yeah, it's not gonna be outspeeded by anything. Put a choice spec on this one and then just spam whatever abilities you want and it's still great. This is definitely one of, if not the best, EV evolution. Alakazam, just like the Eevee, put a choice spec on it and then just spam whatever abilities you want. It's gonna die. Of course it's gonna die from anything, but if you can get in there and one-shot something, it's great. And same thing for the Gengar, a little slower, but still choice spec on this one and just have fun. Metagross, great Pokemon, talked about that. You can get this one in the generation without trading or anything. Defense, attack, HP, boom, you can't get more bulk than this one. It's just so tanky, and then it even has stuff such as yeah, I think it wasn't an Igmu. Yeah, but it has stuff like Mag Punch and whatnot, so it doesn't even have to be crippled by its semi-low speed. Lucario, great Pokemon. You can either go special attack on it or physical on it. Either set works. It's just a lot of fun. And again, this one could be gotten in game. Gliscor, ground flying, great for sandstorm teams and all that stuff. Bit of a tricky Pokemon to play with, but yeah. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers all the Pokemons that I have used myself. I would recommend to get in the game and all that stuff. I mean, I think I'm just gonna end it here. The video is already way too long for, but this is a passionate topic. You can clearly see that I'm passionate about this, and this is because I've been disappointed 2 times in a row now with the Pokemon games that I bought. I feel like I pretty much just, I wouldn't say completely wasted my money, but there's just something bitterness about it, because this is a $1 billion franchise. They should be able to make whatever the fuck good games they want. They shouldn't have any fails, but they have two times in a row now. It's been a complete crap fest, and I do hope that Pokemon Sun and Moon is not going to be a total crap fest, but I'm afraid it's going to be the 3rd time in a row, and that's why I'm hesitant to even buying the game now. I don't think I'm going to buy it at all, really, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, Game Freak Nintendo, don't screw up 3 times in a row, please. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, and yeah, have a good one, and see you in the next video.